Hey guys, so today let's go over the food report journal and exactly how to report in each day. Now, this is exactly how to report in, okay? I'm going to show you good examples and bad examples. So you get to see a bit of everything. That way you don't report in with a bad example. And this might be a little bit longer video, but if you understand it, you can stop watching. But if you're confused, keep watching till the end until you finally get it down. Okay, so let's get into this. The food report looks exactly like this. So this is Nicole. And Nicole here, as you can see, she has 3 proteins a day, 2 carbs, and 2 fats. That's very clear, right? Because if you look, right, at her first picture, she sent me a picture of her shake, and she would actually type it out. Now, you notice I said type it out, not handwritten in the journal, but type it out. 1 shake, parentheses, 1 protein, all right? And then, so that's her first protein of the day. So at the bottom, you see that it says 1 out of 3 proteins, 0 out of 2 carbs, 0 out of 2 fats. Because so far, she hasn't had any carbs yet or any fats yet. Okay, moving on. So her first official meal of the day, she has 6 ounces of chicken, very good, parentheses, 1 protein, 22 grams of cooking oil, parentheses, 1 fat, 4.5 ounces of rice, parentheses, 1 carb. Okay, and then we look down and now it says 2 out of 3 proteins, 1 out of 2 carbs, and 1 out of 2 fats. Now the reason why she's at 2 out of 3 proteins, because remember, earlier on she had a shake, right? So that's why she's at 2 proteins now out of her 3 for the day. And then we go down and now she had salmon. 8 ounces of salmon, parentheses, 1 protein, 1 fat, very good, because salmon's from the red list. Remember, the red proteins count as a protein and a fat, right? And then 4.5 ounces of rice, parentheses, 1 carb. And we go to the bottom. Now she's at 3 out of 3 proteins, 2 out of 2 carbs, and 2 out of 2 fats. And as you're watching this, you're thinking, well, this is so simple. Yeah, I get it. But some people still don't get it, and that's why I made this video, so that you can fully understand it. So just looking at Nicole's report, this is very organized, and this is exactly how to report in. I'll say it again. This is exactly how to report in. I do not accept any other way. It has to be exactly like this, okay? And you looking at Nicole's report, you can tell right away, okay, so Nicole has 3 proteins a day, 2 carbs, and 2 fats. Got it. That's her portions. Like just looking at this, you already know from a glance, right? One glance and you know. So now let's go into bad examples. So first of all, here's a bad example. This person handwritten this for me. I mean, I appreciate the effort that they printed this out, but take a look at this. First of all, I do not accept handwritten. You're probably looking at this and it's pretty hard for you to read too. So right here, I'm reading the first line, Tuesday 128. I can read that, cool. Now below that, I see 2 and that looks like an 8 and a 0 and a milk, right? I think that's what it says, I don't know. And you go over here, 2C, that must be 2 cups, I'm guessing. 0.67 protein, 0.67 fat. Okay, cool. Now, here's the problem. I don't know what this says, this 280 thing. And I had to message him and he told me, oh, that stands for 2% milk. But the thing is that I should not have to be unable to read whatever you guys are sending me, right? It should be clear as day what you're sending me. So that's the first thing. I do not accept handwritten journals. There's no handwritten journals allowed in this unless you want to keep it for yourself and transfer the data each day to the messenger. But here's the thing. Your Facebook Messenger is going to act as your food journal. Does that make sense? That messenger between me and you, that is your food journal. You do not need an actual physical food journal that you have to carry with you everywhere. We live in a digital age, and so that's why we're doing everything on Messenger. Just send it to me on Messenger, okay? Here's another bad example. Again, it's handwritten. Handwritten. I do not accept handwritten, okay? So no handwritten notes or journals. Now, another thing too is looking at this report here, this handwritten report, what is her totals for the day? How many proteins is she supposed to have today? How many fats is she supposed to have today? How many carbs? You taking a look at this, right? It's hard to see, right? You don't know. You don't know. And I need to see that in every report because your portions will change in time, right? If I started you with 3 proteins, 2 carbs, and 2 fats, it may not always be like that. And here's the thing, I cannot remember the portion I give you. I cannot remember that. I can remember your name, I can remember modifications you need, but I cannot remember portions because your portions may change the next week or 2 weeks later. But guess what's not gonna change? Your name. And that's why I can remember your name, but I can't remember the portions. Okay, so I need your portions. Now, taking a look at the previous one, also, there's no portions here, right? So this is how many carbs, fats, and protein is this person supposed to have today? You don't know either, right? I don't either. So I need to have that clear that it is in your report how many protein, carbs, and fats a day. So that's why Nicole here, right? You take a look, you can already tell her already. She has 3 proteins, 2 carbs, and 2 fats. Very simple. Okay, let's go to another bad report. This is a really bad report. So first of all, I appreciate this person typing it out to me. Thank goodness they typed it out, right? So you and I can both read it now, right? But here's the problem. So breakfast, eggs, bread, and butter. Okay, so I see eggs, bread, and butter. How many eggs? 10? 10 eggs? 5 eggs? 20 eggs? 1 egg? I don't know. Do you know? You probably don't know either. How many slices of bread? 2 slices? 1 slice? Half a slice? The whole loaf? You don't know, right? And I don't know either. Okay, butter. How much butter? Did this person use the whole box? Did they only use like a little teaspoon? How much? We don't know. So that's why you need to put the portions in front. Okay? And also looking at this person's food report, how many proteins is this person supposed to have a day? How many carbs? How many fats? You and I both do not know, right? Because it's not listed here. So I had to fix this person's report, and I found out what she's supposed to have, and this is how it's supposed to look like, right? So right here, this is the actual portions this person had, and I asked them, right? They told me 6 eggs, it counts as a protein and fat, correct. 2 slices of bread, counts as 1 carb, correct. 2 tablespoons of butter, counts as 1 fat, correct. And then protein shake, 1 protein. 6-ounce chicken, counts as 1 protein. 4 ounces of rice, counts as 1 carb. 6 ounces of sirloin steak, counts as 1 protein. Now, this person is starting to get it now. However, they're still missing one thing, right? What are they missing? Let me ask you a question. How many proteins is this person supposed to have a day? How many carbs? How many fats? You and I still do not know, right? So I had to redo it for them one more time. And that way this person gets it. And here's it again. So take a look now. Right? This is the same report. However, now it includes the portions that this person is on. And we can take a look now and know this person has 4 proteins a day, 2 carbs, and 2 fats. You and I both looking at this right now, we both know this person has 4 proteins, 2 carbs, 2 fats. Why? It's so clear. It's literally in the food report, right? So that's exactly how to put it. I need your portions, and I need it in this exact format, okay? And let's go down. So right here is another bad example. So oatmeal 1 pack counts as half of fat. I'm not sure if that's correct. It should be carb because it's protein, because it's oatmeal. 1 protein shake counts as half a protein plus a quarter of fat. So this person must have had a special protein shake that I told them and I approved, and it's probably lower on the protein side and higher on the fat side. Mango, half a carb. Okay, mango, how many mangoes? How many ounces? 2 ounces? 5 ounces? I know from the food journal and the color chart plan that for mangoes, it should be 6 ounces. But the thing is, I don't trust someone that just started this plan, someone that's new, to do it right? They may make mistakes. So that's why I need to see the 6 ounces, right? So 6 ounces mango is half a carb. There you go. 1 protein yogurt, 1.5 carb plus half a protein. So if that's what I told this person, then okay. But this is a very high carb yogurt. It's not really a protein yogurt. It's like a carb yogurt. Anyways, 3.5 ounces of shrimp, half a protein, 4.5 ounces per ounce, 1 carb. So right here, 4.5 ounces of what? Let me ask you, 4 ounces of what? Can you answer that? You can't either, right? I don't know. So I had to ask this person, what was this? And they're like, oh, it's rice. I forgot. So I need you to put the food item. Because if you just put the portions and the ounces and you don't put the food item, I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is, right? So I redid it for them and take a look. Oh, also, I've got to ask you, this person here, how many proteins a day? How many fats a day? How many carbs a day? Do you know? You don't know, huh? Because it doesn't say. That's why it has to say in every food report. So I had to look this person up, and I found their portions for them. So this person is actually supposed to be on 2.5 proteins, 1.5 fat, 1.5 carbs a day. That's their portions. 2.5 protein, 1.5 fat, 1.5 carb. And if you take a look, I redid her stuff, right? So if we go to the bottom, we can see that her protein, so we're looking at the bottom now, 1.5 out of 2.5 protein, 0.75 out of 1.5 fat, 3 out of 1.5 carb. So she went over her carbs by a lot, right? By like double. And that's why it's so important to put your where you're at for the day, the totals, because that way you know how much you can eat, right? This person wasn't doing that, so they're just kind of eating, accordingly. They probably forgot that they had so much carbs already. They already went over their limit. Okay. Let's see. Here's another one. We're almost done here. So this person just started. So they put meal 1 shake, parentheses 1 protein. This is good. This is good, right? But here's the question. Again, I'm gonna ask you, how many proteins a day is this person on? How many carbs a day is this person on? How many fats a day is this person on? You don't know, do you? I don't know either. I have to look them up in email, and I can't be looking it up through email every single time someone reports in. It has to be listed in it. And also it's very helpful for you to do that because you know how many fats, carbs, and protein you have left for the day as long as you do that, right? So let's go on. So 5 egg whites, half a protein, very good. 5 grams oil, half a fat. So this right here is not right because 22 grams of cooking oil is 1 fat. So 5 grams should be 0.25 fat. 11 ounces of berries. What kind of berries are these? Half a carb? I don't know. You don't know either. Gotta be more specific. 1 shake, 1 protein. Okay. 22 ounces of cooked rice. Good. Now right there, this person was missing the 0.5 carb, right, for the rice, because she only put 2.25 ounce cooked rice. That should be parentheses 0.5 carb. So I redid it for the person. And take a look. So I redid it for them. So right here, 1 shake, 1 protein, right? Meal 1 shake, 1 protein. So she's at 1 out of 3.5 protein. That's her total protein for the day, 3.5. 0 out of 1.5 carbs, 0 out of 1.5 fat, right? Then we go to meal 2. 5 egg whites, that's half a fat. 5 grams oil, that is 0.25 fat, not 0.5. 11 ounces, what kind of berries? Is it strawberries, is it blueberries, is it raspberries? We don't know, but I just assume it's strawberries. So we're at 1.5 out of 3.5 protein, 0.5 out of 1.5 carbs, 0.5 out of 1.5 fat. Actually, that's an error right there. It should be 0.25 fat, right, out of 1.5 fat. And then meal 3, she had a shake again, so that counts as a protein. So she's at 2.5 out of 3.5 protein, 0.5 out of 1.5 carb, and should be 2.5 out of 1.5 fat. Because remember, the oil counts as 0.25 fat, not 0.5. So just looking at this, now you know, right, how many protein, carbs, and fats she is on a day. So it's just so simple. It's as simple as that. So right here, this is the format, okay? So the format is the portions in ounce or grams. So for example, 6 ounces, right? 6 ounces. The food item, so what food is it? Chicken? So chicken. What it counts as is it counts like protein, carb, or fat. In parentheses, it counts as a protein, right? And then at the bottom, you put how many proteins so far, protein goal, how many carbs so far, carb goal, how many fat so far, fat goal. And then it depends how many meals you have a day. If you have 3 meals, then you would just, there would be 3 of these. If you ate 4 times, then there would be 4 of these. If you only ate twice, there would be 2 of these, right? But this is the exact format, okay? And right here, right, exact example. So 6 ounce chicken, parentheses 1 protein, 4.5 ounces of rice, parentheses 1 carb, 4 ounce avocado, parentheses 1 fat. And this person's at 1 out of 3 protein, 1 out of 2 carb, 1 out of 2 fat. So we know what the portions are, right? This person has 3 proteins a day, 2 carbs a day, 2 fats a day. And then her second meal, she had a shake. So she's at 2 out of 3 protein, 1 out of 2 carb, 1 out of 2 fat. And then her last meal of the day, she had shrimp, 7 ounces, 1 protein. She had 9 ounces of white potato, counts as 1 carb. She had 2 tablespoons of butter, counts as 1 fat. And at the bottom, you see 3 out of 3 protein, 2 out of 2 carb, 2 out of 2 fat. So this right here is exactly how to report it. It has to look exactly like this. You're seeing right now exactly like this, okay? And that's how Nicole's report was like. It was exactly like that. See, it's exactly the same thing. Okay. So now that we have the good examples and bad examples, I know you know how to report in to your food journal. So the secret phrase of this video, the secret phrase is, I now know how to report in my food journal. I now know how to report in my food journal.